Hey guys, it's Kat. So the other day I saw Panic at the Disco live and it was so good. They were insane and the gig was like, oh my god. Brendan Urie did backflips and played drums and piano and guitar. Just it was so good. Okay, it was amazing. And if you weren't there, then sucks to be you because I was, and it was amazing. Kidding, you can go next time. So anyway, while I was at the gig, although the main performance was amazing, as well as one of the support bands, which was MT, who are really good, and if you like them because they're really good. So the girl that was next to me, not the girl that I was with at my friend Venus, but the girl who was next to me decided that instead of, being like a normal person who's at the front of a gig at the barrier and leaning her elbows over the thing normally, decided to do this, taking up as much space as she could. Rude. She would just bump me out of the way with her hip, or like grind my hip with hers to try and make sure I couldn't move any and I was like sort of like this for most of the gig. Turned a little bit like, yeah, I can see, yeah, ow. Can you not do that? It's rude. So while I was at Panic at the Disco, and because of all these things, it reminded me of what I don't like about gigs, which is quite a lot of things, and it's mostly about the way people behave. So here's my list of things not to do at a gig. Number 1, unless you've queued all day, don't be annoyed if you don't get to the front, because I know a lot of people that will arrive at like 3 or something, if it starts at 7, like maybe 3 or 4, and they'll be annoyed that they'll get to the front, but there will be people who have been waiting for that gig since like 7 or 8 a.m, which some people think is ridiculous, but that's just how it is, that's what some people do. So if you turn up just before it and you don't get to the front, don't try and that's kind of rude, unless you're like jumping in with someone. Which brings me on to my second point, that if you're jumping in with a friend who's been queuing for a while, don't bring loads of people, because I've been in that situation before, and if you've told someone that they can jump into the queue with you, you can't say no to their friends usually, and usually I find it quite awkward being like, oh, you kind of have to go to the back because, there's people behind you that have been here for hours and you haven't, you've just arrived. So, third point, during the gig, don't elbow people in the face, don't stand on their toes on purpose, and don't kick them, because that's also really rude, actually. If you're at a gig, you're here to watch a show. Fair enough, the crowd might get quite rough. If you're purposely hurting people to get or elbowing them out of the way because for no reason, don't do that. Don't or leaning on people, because quite a few times this has happened to me. There'll be someone behind me leaning to film or something, they'll be like on my shoulder, and I'll be like, what? Get off, what are you doing? So if someone's invading your personal space, of course you can sort of be like, bitch, what are you doing? Push them out of the way or something. But I mean, don't be rude is basically what I'm trying to get at. Don't be rude at gigs. It's nice to be nice. Inspirational quotes from Kat. Last thing, that if you're prone to fainting, or you feel really dizzy, or you're claustrophobic really badly, don't go in a big crowd. Don't go near the front if you're going to be in the middle of lots of people and you can't get out, because it's really horrible if you feel like you're dizzy and you're going to faint and you'll need to get pulled out of the crowd and you'll have to go to the back. So you might as well, try and get some sort of middle ground where you're not being squished. You've got your friends just in case anything happens. Also, another thing quickly is that if you feel like you're having a panic or an anxiety attack or anything like that, get out of the crowd as quick as you can. Try and bring a friend if you're with someone, but if you're having an anxiety attack, a panic attack, and you're in the middle of a crowd and you feel like you can't get out, you will freak out more. You just need to breathe. So that went on a serious note. That went serious. Look at me giving good advice. Usually it's bad advice or sarcastic advice. I gave good. You see, yeah. Don't be rude. Don't go somewhere that you might faint. Don't have too much extra luggage. If you have a panic attack or anxiety attack, leave. And don't be an arsehole. Is basically 5 rules. There you go. Just do those things. So, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!